Welcome back, guys. So, in continuation to polynomials, we are going to cover in the next few videos uh, tips on exercises. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the various exercises of the polynomial chapter, right? And I will be basically sharing with you methods as to how to solve it. So let us take the first exercise. Exercise 2.1. The first question is, which of the following expressions are polynomials in one variable and which are not? State reasons for your answer. We know those polynomials that have only one variable, meaning if it is a polynomial with the variable x, then we will have only variable x in that polynomial. So every term of the polynomial, if the term has a variable, it has to be x. Okay, if the polynomial is a polynomial in variable x. So if there is only one variable across the terms of the polynomial, then we call the polynomial in one variable. In case if there are multiple variables, for instance, if there is a polynomial p of x comma y, which is equal to x to the power 5 plus y to the power 5, then this polynomial has got two terms and you have two variables, x and y. Okay, so when we say polynomials in one variable, we should have only one variable across the polynomial. Let us take the first sum in question number 1. So question number 1 has got 5 sub-questions. Okay. So the first question, we have 4x squared minus 3x plus 7. So if you take each of the term 4x squared, x is the variable, minus 3x, in that term x is the variable again, plus 7 is a constant. Alright. So constant numbers need not have to have any variable associated with that. Even if we have to represent as a variable, we can write a constant as 7x to the power 0. Anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So 7 can be written as 7x to the power 0. Hence we can say that this polynomial has got variable x across all terms, which means this is a polynomial in one variable. But contrary, you take the fifth question, x to the power 10 plus y cube plus t to the power 50. This is not a polynomial in one variable because there are multiple variables, x, y, t, etc. If you take y plus 2 by y, another question, it is nothing but y plus 2 y to the power minus 1. This is again is not a polynomial, because if we have to call something as a polynomial, the exponent of the variable has to be a number which is greater than 0, right? Okay. So hence y plus 2 y to the power minus 1, since it is minus 1, there is one term that has got minus 1 as the exponent, it is not a polynomial. Alright. So we go to the second question. Write the coefficients of x square in each of the following. So what is a coefficient? Non-zero numerical value associated with the variable in a given term is called coefficient. So you are asked to write the coefficient of x square. So you go through the polynomial, look at the term that has x square and find out the non-zero numerical value associated with x square. Again, question 2 has 4 sub-questions. Let me take the first question. 2 plus x squared plus x. Now, what is the non-zero numerical value associated with x square? It is 1. Alright. Hence, the coefficient of x square is equal to 1. Third one, give one example each of a binomial of degree 35. So they are asking us to write a binomial. When we say binomial, it should have two terms. Okay, a monomial has one term, a binomial has two terms. And we have to have the degree as 35, which means the largest exponent of the variable in this binomial is 35. So one example could be x to the power 35 plus 7. Okay, this is a binomial with degree 35. And you also need to provide a monomial of degree 100. So monomial is a polynomial with one term. And you have to have this monomial with degree 100. One example is x to the power 100. It is a monomial and the degree is 100. The fourth question is, you have to write the degree of each of the following polynomials. So the first question is 5x to the power 3 plus 4x square plus 7x. Okay, 5x to the power 3 plus 4x square plus 7x. So if you look at the exponent of variable x in each of the terms, for the first term 5x cubed, the exponent is 3. For the second term 4x square, the exponent is 2. And for the third term 7x, the exponent for variable x is 1. So if I just order the exponents of the variable x across various terms in the polynomial, it is 3, 2, 1. Out of which is the largest number? It is 3. Hence, degree of this polynomial is equal to 3. 4 minus y square. So this is a polynomial in variable y. As far as 4 is concerned, it is a constant. Hence, 4 can be written as 4 into y to the power 0. So the exponent associated with this constant 4, right, for the variable y is 0. And the second term is minus y square. Okay. So the exponent associated with y square is 2. Alright. So out of 0 and 2, which is the largest? 2 is the largest. Hence degree is equal to 2. So degree has got nothing to do with the sign of the coefficient. The coefficient could be negative or it could be positive. It has got nothing to do with coefficient sign. Okay. We have to only look at the exponent. Right. And we have to look at which one is the largest, and the largest number is the degree. Fifth question is, classify the following as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials. So which are linear polynomials? The polynomials with the degree 1 are called linear polynomials. Polynomial with the degree 2 are called quadratic polynomial. Polynomial with degree 3 are called as cubic polynomials. So you have to basically go through the question. There are 7 questions, right? So you have to go through the questions and classify them as whether they are linear, quadratic or cubic polynomials. So let us take the first question. It is x square plus x. So the degree of this polynomial is 2. Hence it is quadratic. X minus x cube. The degree of this polynomial is 3. Hence it is cubic. If you take the fifth question, 3t. The degree of this polynomial is 1. Hence it is linear. Okay. 1 plus x. This is the fourth question. Again, the degree of this polynomial is 1. Right? Hence it is linear. See, this linear polynomial, the only correlation is with the degree. Okay. The degree is 1. We call it as linear polynomial. It has absolutely nothing to do with the terms. Right? The terms can be 2 terms. It could be a binomial. But still it can be a linear polynomial. Okay. So you have to basically understand that. So fourth and fifth question illustrates that, even if it is a binomial, degree can be 1. Fifth question illustrates that it is a monomial with degree 1. So the linearity of a polynomial has got nothing to do with whether the polynomial is a monomial or binomial. Degree is all about the largest exponent of the variable. Okay. So there are only 5 questions in exercise 2.1. So in the next video, we will discuss on exercise 2.2. All right. See, polynomials, polynomials are very, very important. Hence, I am taking time to explain on the exercises. All right. So you go through this video and then you try solving the exercises. I am sure you will be able to solve the exercises. In case if you have any doubts on polynomials, see, we are repeating the concepts again and again and again. Okay, wherever I'm getting an opportunity, I am recapping on the concepts. Even then, if you have any specific doubts, don't keep it within you. Please write an email to askmentorguru@gmail.com. ask mentor mentor guru guru@gmail.com. In fact, this morning one parent asked me, how will you respond to each and every email when we keep asking doubts on the email, right? Because you must be getting around 100 emails in a day. How do you respond back, right? So I told the parent that, I am not getting 100 doubts in a day, okay? I'm probably getting around 6 to 7 emails, right? On an average, I'm getting 10 emails. So it is very easy to handle emails. Even if we reach a situation where we are unable to answer back to individual emails, what we will do is we will collate the doubts and we will clarify the doubts in the form of a video and we'll share it with all of you. We also have a WhatsApp group. Okay, if you could kindly send us an email with your telephone number in which the WhatsApp is active, then it will help us to include you into the WhatsApp group, right? Because we keep publishing a lot of tips and tricks on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so if you are part of the WhatsApp group, then it will be much more easier for us to communicate with you and keep sharing with you information. All right. So please write to us. Please send us an email. We will definitely respond to you back with your clarifications to your doubts. Please do not forget to subscribe. That is very, very important, because that is the only way, other people will come to know that, okay, these videos are useful. Okay. See, these days perceptions also matters. It is not just about the sincerity or the commitment of the teacher or the person who is rendering lecture. It is also the perception. Okay, because the moment people come and watch the channel, they look at the subscriber number, right? If the subscribers are very high, then they think that, okay, this channel is a good channel. All right. So please, do me this little favor by subscribing and also sharing with your friends. Okay, we are putting in a lot of effort to ensure that children are able to learn. Learning is different, scoring marks is different. Okay, now we are helping children to learn. All right, so if children work with us in the videos, I'm guaranteeing you their concepts, their fundamentals will be very, very strong. Okay, so there is a program that we are running the children through, and it will ensure that children are understanding the concepts in detail. They will not forget it. Okay, and they can build on top of it for competitive examination. So hence, please help us to reach out to as many children as possible, as many parents as possible, as many tuition teachers as possible. Everyone can make use of these videos. Okay. Thank you very much. We will see in our next video. We will talk on the next set of exercises. Thank you.